Imagine stepping into a machine that can travel through time. Not just a few years, not a few centuries, but all the way back to the very beginning of everything. You activate the controls, and suddenly, the universe outside begins to rewind. Galaxies drift backward through space like glowing islands being pulled toward an unseen center. Stars collapse into clouds of gas. Planets dissolve into dust. Entire solar systems unravel, as if someone is slowly erasing reality itself. The deeper you travel into the past, the more dramatic the transformation becomes. The universe begins shrinking around you. Distances that once stretched across billions of light years start folding inward. Cosmic structures vanish one by one. Galaxy clusters merge together, stars vanish into blinding plasma, and space itself begins to feel tighter. Denser, hotter. You continue moving backward. Millions of years pass in seconds, then thousands, then centuries. Eventually you arrive at a time when the first galaxies have not even formed yet. The universe looks nothing like the one we know today. There are no stars lighting up the darkness. No planets orbiting distant suns. Just a vast, glowing ocean of energy filling every direction. But you keep going further. The universe becomes younger and younger. Temperatures rise to unimaginable levels. Atoms themselves cannot exist anymore. Electrons and protons can no longer stay together. Everything is so hot and energetic that matter is ripped apart into pure, subatomic chaos. The universe has now become a blazing storm of particles, and yet, you continue traveling backward. Soon you arrive at a moment when the entire universe is smaller than a galaxy, then smaller than a star system, then smaller than a planet. The entire cosmos that contains trillions of galaxies is compressing into something unbelievably tiny. Gravity becomes so intense that space itself begins to curve violently. Energy densities rise beyond anything we can recreate in laboratories. Every known law of physics is pushed to its absolute limits. And still, you keep moving back. The universe is now less than a second old, in fact, far less than a second. Particles appear and disappear in flashes of energy. Forces that normally behave separately may still be unified together. The familiar rules that govern our everyday world no longer apply. You are approaching the earliest moment science can currently describe. Physicists call this the Planck era. It is a time so early, so extreme, that even our most advanced theories struggle to explain what was happening. Gravity, quantum mechanics, and space-time all collide into a realm where our equations stop making reliable predictions. It is like reaching the edge of a map where the known world suddenly ends, and beyond this boundary lies one of the greatest mysteries humanity has ever faced. What happened before the Big Bang? At first glance, the question seems simple. After all, everything must have a cause. Everything must come from somewhere. So naturally we ask, what existed before the universe began? But this question hides a deeper problem. Time itself may have started at the Big Bang. If time begins at that moment, then asking what happened before the Big Bang may be like asking what lies north of the North Pole. The question sounds meaningful, but the direction itself might not exist. According to many physicists, space and time were both born together during the Big Bang. They were not empty containers waiting to be filled with matter. Instead, they emerged alongside the universe itself. This means that traveling to a moment before the Big Bang might not just be difficult, it might be impossible. Because the moment you try to go earlier, time itself disappears. But scientists are not satisfied with stopping there. Over the past century, researchers have developed several fascinating ideas about what might lie beyond the beginning of our universe. One possibility is that the Big Bang was not truly the beginning. Instead, it might have been a transformation. Imagine the universe expanding for billions of years, galaxies spreading farther apart, stars burning out, until eventually gravity pulls everything back together. Over unimaginable stretches of time, the universe could slowly collapse inward. Galaxies would begin falling toward each other. Temperatures would rise again. Space itself would compress, and eventually, the universe could collapse into an extremely dense state. Then something remarkable might happen. Instead of ending completely, the collapse could reverse itself, triggering another expansion. A new universe would explode outward from the ashes of the previous one, in this theory. The Big Bang is not the start of everything. It is simply the latest beat in an endless cosmic cycle. Universes expanding, collapsing, and being reborn again and again across eternity. If you traveled to before our Big Bang in such a scenario, you might witness the final moments of a previous universe slowly collapsing toward its end. But that is only one possibility. Another idea comes from the strange world of quantum physics. At the smallest scales of reality, the universe behaves in ways that seem almost magical. Particles can spontaneously appear and disappear. Energy can fluctuate randomly. Even empty space is not truly empty. Instead, it is filled with tiny quantum fluctuations constantly bubbling and shifting. Some physicists believe our entire universe may have emerged from one of these fluctuations. In this picture, the Big Bang was not caused by a collapsing universe or a giant explosion from somewhere else. Instead, a tiny bubble of space may have spontaneously formed within a quantum field. Once it appeared, this bubble began expanding rapidly, growing into the enormous universe we inhabit today if this idea is correct. Then traveling to before the Big Bang might reveal something astonishing. You might find yourself inside a vast quantum landscape where new universes are constantly being created, tiny bubbles of space forming, expanding, and becoming entirely new realities. And our universe would simply be one bubble among countless others. This brings us to an even bigger possibility, the multiverse. Some cosmologists believe that our universe is only one region within a much larger cosmic system. In this multiverse, space may contain countless separate universes, each with its own laws of physics, its own history, and its own structure. Some universes might contain different types of particles. Others might expand faster or slower. Some may never form stars at all. If you could travel to before our Big Bang, you might discover that it was simply the birth of our local universe within this enormous cosmic landscape. Other universes might be forming nearby, expanding like glowing bubbles in a vast cosmic ocean. Right now, these ideas remain theories. Scientists are still searching for evidence that could confirm or reject them. Observatories are studying the oldest light in the universe, known as the cosmic microwave background. Particle accelerators are probing deeper into the fundamental laws of nature, and each discovery brings us a little closer to understanding the true origin of reality. If you are enjoying exploring mysteries like this, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps the channel grow and allows us to keep creating videos that dive into the deepest questions about the universe. Because the story of the cosmos is far from finished. Every year, new telescopes allow us to look farther into space and further back in time. Experiments studying gravity, quantum mechanics, and space-time continue to reveal surprising insights about how the universe behaves at its most fundamental level. One day, scientists may finally discover a theory that unites quantum mechanics and gravity into a single framework. Such a theory could reveal what truly happened at the moment of the Big Bang, and possibly what existed before it. Until then, the beginning of the universe remains one of the greatest mysteries ever faced by human curiosity. But perhaps that mystery is part of what makes the universe so extraordinary. When you look up at the night sky, you are not just seeing distant stars scattered across space. You are witnessing the aftermath of an event so powerful that it created the fabric of reality itself. Every atom in your body was forged inside ancient stars. Those stars were born from clouds of gas that formed within young galaxies. Those galaxies emerged from tiny fluctuations. In the early universe, shortly after the Big Bang, which means something truly incredible, every part of you carries the history of the cosmos. The atoms in your hands once existed inside stars that exploded billions of years ago. The energy flowing through your brain today was born in the earliest moments of the universe. You are not separate from the universe. You are part of its story, and yet one question still echoes through science, philosophy, and human imagination. What existed before the beginning? Was there another universe before ours? A vast quantum sea constantly creating new realities. An infinite multiverse beyond our cosmic horizon. Or was the Big Bang truly the absolute beginning of everything that exists? For now, the universe keeps its deepest secret hidden, but humanity continues searching, because curiosity has always driven us to explore beyond the limits of our knowledge. And somewhere in the future, perhaps centuries from now, scientists may finally uncover the answer. The answer to the question that lies at the very edge of time itself: what came before the beginning of the universe?